Hey guys, welcome to this week's video, which is going to be a Q&A. So I have a few questions here which I am happily going to answer, and none of these are too personal, so I will get on with the Q&A. So during this video I'm going to implement some clips of Blue just for your guys' enjoyment. So during the video I'm going to be implementing some videos of Blue which I think are quite cute, just so you guys can enjoy it a bit more. So before I start the Q&A, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who asked questions, and I will be linking their channels at the end of the video and also below so that you can go along and subscribe to them. The first few questions were asked by the Bunny Warren. She asked, why did you get a bunny? The reason I got Blue nearly 2 years ago was because I was allowed him, and I've always dreamt of having loads of animals and loving them, and my parents aren't too keen on the idea of this. And so when we saw Blue, my mum absolutely fell in love with him, even though we weren't supposed to get a rabbit. My dad didn't want one, and my mum didn't particularly want one either. But when we saw him, we just couldn't help but buy him. So we bought him privately, so he wasn't in a pet shop, as I don't really like the thought of buying one from a pet shop, as we did this previously with my old rabbit Nutmeg, and she turned out to supposedly be a mini lop. Now, Hamster Lover 2000 asked, why did you start YouTube? I did actually come across YouTube a long time ago when I was younger, but it was for funny things like the classic cat video. She did live to an old age though. She was 10 years old before she unfortunately died due to old age. But when I started to show my parents how much I wanted a pet, and they didn't want me to, I had to make videos and go on to them about the reasons why I'd be able to look after a pet. I did get most of my advice from online forums and YouTube, and that is how I came across the pet YouTube, the pet community. The pet community, I find, has changed a lot, but when I first started, it was absolutely amazing. Everyone was so supportive, and I just felt really welcome, even though I didn't even have a channel. I thought that it looked really fun to be able to make videos of all of my pets, the pets that I love, and to share happy memories with them online and with other people so that they can see what we've been up to. That's the reason why I started YouTube. Her second question was, what is your favourite breed? Now, I can't exactly say I have a favourite breed, and obviously it is kind of bad that I'm going against Blue's breed, because I do love mini lops, but I'd also love to have a Netherland Dwarf because they're so cute, and I've seen Bambi from Stephanie's Pet Care and she is absolutely adorable. And I also like the Dutch. Now, one of my friends has a Dutch and it's called Domino, and it is the sweetest little rabbit I've ever seen. And I just thought, apart from Blue, who I absolutely love to pieces, I'd love to have them sorts of breeds in the future. The next question I've been thinking about for a while actually, and it is, will you get Blue a friend? Now, I know that rabbits are supposed to have company, and I would love to get him a friend, but I'm not allowed to. The reason is Blue is extremely happy at the moment, and I wouldn't want to upset him by bringing another pet into the same area as him. He can be quite stubborn at times, and I would be worried that he'd start to get territorial if I decided to try and bond them. And because I only have one cage, which I'll be getting a bigger one, I don't want to not be able to put them together, which would mean that I wouldn't have enough room to keep both of them and cause havoc because I'd have to sell one of them or give them away, and it would just cause too much heartache for myself. Blue does get a lot of company though. My pets are very laid back, including my cat and dog, and whenever Blue is free ranging, which is throughout the day, he normally stays with them. We've had these pets for a while now, and we know exactly what they like, they don't like, and how they will react. So this is why we trust them with Blue. Supervised when Blue is free ranging, just in case, but I know that they won't do anything to harm him. Next question she asked is, what pets do you have other than Blue? Now, I have 3 other pets, and this is a cat, a dog, and a horse. Any of you who want to know more about those pets, I'll be doing pet profiles over the next few weeks, but I'm currently waiting on a new camera, as you know, from 2 weeks before, and we have finally ordered it, so it will be coming, but because it's Easter weekend, we have to wait longer. Her last question was, what is my favourite food, Galaxy or Cadbury? Now, she did tell me to say Galaxy, and I am going to say Galaxy because I absolutely am addicted to Galaxy. Galaxy Caramel, Galaxy Cookie Crumble, Galaxy Fruit and Nut, anything, throw it at me and I'll eat it. The thing with Cadbury's is I think they use a different type of chocolate or cocoa powder or something because it tastes totally different. And I feel like, I don't know, I just like Galaxy more, I guess. Next questions were asked by Salix Fates. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. The first question they asked is there such a thing as a good starter animal? Now, I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to pets, you obviously know that there's a big commitment. Before you even consider buying an animal, I feel like you should go to loads of different places and research up on this so that you know exactly what you're in for. It's a great and wonderful prospect to be able to go and buy an animal, but it is a lot of hard work, and everyone who has pets will understand this. The last animal I would suggest would probably be either a fish or a hamster. I'd probably aim more towards a fish, only because they're easier to look after, and I feel like my first pet was a fish and it really helped me to move on to harder animals. I had fish, although there wasn't a lot to do because you can't hold fish because they live underwater, you still are able to interact with them, and they are very intelligent animals, although they do have a 2-second memory span, so they probably forgot what I looked like every time I walked past. At the same time as not wanting to have something overly hard, you don't want something that you're not going to interact with and love like you would any other pet. The question they asked was sweets or chocolate. Now, I'd actually probably go for sweets because I do have a really big sweet tooth. When it comes to things like Halloween, I'm so excited. Even though I'm nearly 16, I still go out trick-or-treating with my family, and we do it as a quite traditional type thing where we go out yearly with our cousins and younger siblings, and it's great fun. Also asked, do I prefer Pepsi or Coke? Now, I think I prefer Coke only because I have it more often, and with Pepsi, I don't know if there's a different sugar content, but I just like Coke more. I just like the taste more, and I just like it more. Really helpful channel was Rosie Bunny. They were really informative in all of their videos and helped me to find out how to start YouTube effectively. I watched a lot of different channels and I watched their editing videos, what they filmed with, how they filmed, the way they put their camera and everything, just to make sure that I was able to do this when I started YouTube. It's a lot harder than you think, because although I only have an iPhone at the moment, I do not have a tripod or any artificial lighting, so it can kind of differ depending on the weather, and it's quite hard to judge. The next question she asked was, do you plan on getting any more pets? Now, this is quite a controversial question because I am kind of questioning this one. I do have a big surprise that I'm announcing towards the end of the month, but I'm still deciding whether I should go through with this or not. If you want to keep updated on this, then please check out my Facebook as I post daily. The next question that she asked was, who was your very first pet? Now, my very first pet were 2 goldfish. They were from a fun fair, I believe, and so they didn't last long. They were very old and they only lasted around 6 to 12 months. They were called Speedy and Nemo, and I remember how cute they were and how much I loved them, and I was absolutely devastated when they passed. The question that she asked was, what's your 5 top tips to people who are thinking of getting pets for the first time? Now, the first thing I would say was to make sure you have researched on proper sites. This is because a lot of sites like WikiAnswers and Yahoo, they're all made up answers. Anyone can write these answers, and you don't want to be misled into treating your pet the wrong way. One thing I'd say was to understand the commitment and cost of getting this pet that you are choosing. This is because you do not know how long it's going to live, because if for instance you get a rabbit, this is a 10-year commitment. You have to get bedding, hay, food, you have to get the cage accessories, and you need to keep feeding them monthly. The other thing I would say was to make sure that you have everything you need for that pet before you pick it up, so that you have all you need and the pet is able to settle in quickly. You do not want to stress out your new pet, as you might cause trust issues between the two of you, and you don't want it getting upset. It's a big commitment, and you have to take this into account in order to understand whether you're going to be able to cope with this. Number 4 is if you have any doubts about anything, then don't be afraid to ask someone. Asking questions is good. You'd rather ask and know the answer than to never ask and not know the answer whatsoever. This could be something so simple as how big should my cage be, to something harder like, is there signs of an illness in my rabbit or other pet? Number 5 is to love and care for the pet with every inch of your soul. The most you can do is give a pet a home and love. They absolutely love to be loved. Pets are extremely compassionate animals, and you wouldn't think it, but they love being cared for. Because, like us, they have feelings, and so want to feel like they're loved, want to feel like they're cared for, and want to feel happy. The last question from Matthew was Blue's likes and dislikes and what's his personality like. Blue's favourite treats are the Vitakraft Cracker Hair Sticks. He absolutely adores these and goes through them like no one's business. Love Lufa-Chews and throwing things around because he is quite excitable and playful. What he hates is things which are misplaced. Now, if I'm to put a house inside of his cage, if it's not in the place that he wants it, he will move it. I realised this after I moved it back and he got angry and tried to put it back to where he put it. Quite cute because he does it with his hay as well. When he's sitting there eating his hay, he'll be eating it, and if too much falls out, then he will pick it up and put it in the place where he wants it before he eats it again. The same with the pellets in his bowl. It's quite cute. Something else he doesn't like is coming in from free ranging. It sometimes causes problems because he doesn't want to be caught and runs away. Nothing major, and I will play for him for 5 more minutes, and then he does settle down so that I am able to pick him up. But I do think that he will learn from this, as he is improving already, because before it used to take us a lot longer, and now I feel that he trusts me a lot better. That's all the questions, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more, and next week I will hopefully have my camera. Feel free to ask me any other questions to do with the pets, to do with me, because I'd love for you guys to get to know me a lot better. If you have any video requests, then please comment them down below or message me them via Facebook, and I shall see what I can do. Link all the channels below that have asked me questions so that you can go and subscribe to them. Thanks everyone, see you next week.